September 2003. Burbank, California. Stage 15 at Warner Brothers. A young actor asks for the 9th take and Clint Eastwood says nothing. He just looks at him. And in the next 60 seconds, everyone on that set will understand something about power that most people spend their entire lives never learning. The film is Mystic River. The budget is $25 million. The schedule is tight. Every hour costs thousands. And they are filming a scene that should have been finished 3 hours ago. A simple scene. A man sitting in a car, processing grief, coming to terms with loss. But the actor playing this man keeps stopping. He is not satisfied. He needs another take, just one more. He needs to feel it more deeply. He needs to connect with the character's pain. He needs to access the truth. Clint Eastwood is 73 years old. He has been making films for 40 years. He has directed 30 movies. He has worked with legends. He has seen every kind of actor. The professionals who show up prepared and deliver. The insecure ones who need constant validation. The method actors who confuse suffering with authenticity. And he has developed a philosophy. Do the work, know your lines, hit your mark, trust yourself. And for God's sake, do not waste time. The crew is exhausted. They have been setting up since 6 in the morning. Lighting this shot took 2 hours. The camera department built a custom rig for the car interior. Sound had to isolate the dialogue from the street noise outside. Hair and makeup have been touching up the actor between takes for the last 90 minutes. And now it is 3 in the afternoon, and they are still shooting a scene that Clint planned to finish by noon. The actor's name is not important. He is in his late 20s. This is his first major studio film. He has done theater. He studied at Juilliard. He has been told his entire life that acting is about emotional truth, that you have to feel everything, that you cannot lie on camera, that the audience will know if you are not fully present in the moment. And he believes this completely. So he keeps pushing, keeps searching, keeps asking for another chance to get it right. The script supervisor is checking her notes. They're on take 9. Most directors would have moved on after take 3. Some would have lost patience after take 5. But Clint has said nothing. He has not complained. He has not rushed the actor. He just sits behind the monitor, watching, waiting, his face unreadable beneath the brim of his hat. The assistant director looks at Clint. "Do you want to move on?" Clint shakes his head slightly. "Not yet." The AD nods and steps back. He has worked with Clint before. He knows better than to push. When Clint is ready, he will say something. Until then, you wait. The actor is sitting in the car. He is supposed to be devastated. His character has just learned that his daughter is dead, murdered. The script says he breaks down. He cries. He pounds the steering wheel. He screams into the emptiness of the car. It is a big moment, the kind of scene that gets shown in acting reels and Oscar montages, the kind of scene that can define a performance. They have done this scene 9 times. Each take, the actor has tried something different. Take 1 was quiet grief. Take 2 was angry grief. Take 3 was numb grief. Take 4 through 8 were variations of the same breakdown, different rhythms, different intensities, different approaches. And each time the actor has stopped halfway through, not working, not feeling it. Can we go again? Clint has approved every take. After each one, he has nodded. That was good. The actor hears this as encouragement, as permission to keep searching. What he does not understand is that Clint means it. The takes are good. They are more than good. Take 2 was perfect. Take 5 was beautiful. Any one of them would work. But the actor cannot see this. He is too deep in his own process, too focused on achieving some abstract idea of perfection that does not exist. The crew is starting to get frustrated. The gaffer is checking his watch. They are losing light. If they do not finish this scene soon, they will have to come back tomorrow, which means resetting everything, which means losing a day, which means going over budget. The camera operator is sitting on his dolly, arms crossed. He stopped paying attention after take 6. Now he is just waiting. The script supervisor has stopped taking notes. What is the point? They are shooting the same thing over and over. The actor finishes, Take 9. He sits in the car, breathing hard, face wet with tears. He looks at Clint. I think I can do it better. Just one more. I almost had it that time. Clint does not respond immediately. He is still looking at the monitor, reviewing the take. The actor waits. The entire crew waits. The silence stretches. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Finally, Clint looks up. He removes his headphones. He stands. He walks over to the car, slow, deliberate steps. The crew watches. Something is about to happen. They can feel it. The actor sees Clint approaching and sits up straighter. Maybe Clint is going to give him a note, some direction, some adjustment that will unlock the scene. The actor is ready to listen, ready to take whatever Clint gives him and use it. Clint reaches the car. He leans down, puts his hands on the doorframe, looks at the actor. His face is calm. His voice, when he speaks, is quiet. So quiet the boom operator has to strain to hear it. You have given me 9 good takes. Any one of them would work. I could cut this scene together right now, and it would be perfect. The actor starts to respond, but Clint continues. But you keep asking for more. You keep saying it is not good enough. So I need you to tell me something. What are you looking for? The actor stammers. I want to make sure it is real. I want to make sure the audience feels it. Clint nods slowly. Do you trust me? The actor blinks. What? Do you trust me as a director? Do you believe that if you were not giving me what I need, I would tell you? Of course. Then why do you keep asking to do it again? The actor does not have an answer. He opens his mouth, closes it, looks down at his hands. Clint waits, does not fill the silence, just stands there, patient, immovable. The actor finally speaks. I guess I am scared. Scared of what? That I am not good enough, that I am going to mess it up, that people will watch this and think I cannot act. Clint is quiet for a moment. Then he says, You have already done the work. You showed up prepared. You know your lines. You understand the character. You have given me 9 beautiful, honest takes. But now you are not acting anymore. You are worrying. And worry does not make you better. It just makes you tired. The actor looks up. Clint continues. I do not do a lot of takes. You know why? Not because I am lazy, not because I do not care, but because I trust actors to do their job. I hire professionals. I give them the space to work. And when they give me something good, I use it. I do not make them keep digging until they are exhausted and second-guessing themselves. Because that is not directing. That is torture. The actor is listening now. Really listening. Clint straightens up. We are going to do one more take, not because you need it, but because I am going to give you the chance to trust yourself. You are going to get in this car. You are going to do the scene, and you are not going to think about whether it is good enough or real enough or emotional enough. You are just going to do it. And when it is over, we are moving on, whether you think it is perfect or not. Understood? The actor nods. Yes. Clint walks back to the monitor, sits down, puts his headphones back on. The crew resets. The AD calls for quiet on set. The camera rolls. Clint does not say action. He just nods. And the actor begins. This time, something is different. The actor is not performing. He is not searching for truth. He is not trying to impress anyone. He just exists in the moment. He sits in the car. He processes the news. He breaks down. It is simple. It is honest. It is devastating. And it takes 90 seconds. When the actor finishes, he does not look at Clint. He does not ask if it was good enough. He just sits there, exhausted, empty. Clint watches the monitor for a moment. Then he speaks. Moving on. That is all he says. The crew exhales. They start breaking down the setup, moving to the next scene. The actor gets out of the car. He walks over to his chair, sits down. He is shaking slightly, not from emotion, from relief, from the realization that he was making it harder than it needed to be, that the scene was always there. He just had to stop fighting it. Later that day, during a break, the actor approaches Clint. He wants to apologize for wasting time, for being difficult, for not trusting the process. Clint is drinking coffee, standing by the craft services table. The actor starts to speak, and Clint holds up a hand. "You do not need to apologize. You were doing what you thought was right. You were trying to be good. That is not a crime. But you learned something today, and that is more valuable than an apology." "What did I learn?" the actor asks. Clint looks at him. "You learned that discipline is not the enemy of creativity. It is the foundation. You learned that trust is not about being careless. It is about being confident enough to let go. And you learned that perfection is not something you find. It is something you recognize when it happens." The actor nods slowly. Clint continues, "Most directors would have yelled at you, would have told you to stop wasting time, would have embarrassed you in front of the crew. I did not do that. Not because I am nice, but because I understand fear. I understand the need to get it right. But I also understand that fear makes you smaller. It makes you hesitate. It makes you doubt yourself. And doubt kills more performances than anything else." The actor is quiet. Then he asks, "Why did you let me do 9 takes? If you knew the first few were good, why did you keep going?" Clint finishes his coffee, sets the cup down. "Because you needed to learn this lesson. If I had stopped you after take 2, you would have spent the rest of the shoot wondering if you could have done it better. You would have second-guessed every choice. But now you know. You know what it feels like to keep searching and realize the answer was there all along. And you will never forget that." The actor thinks about this. "You were teaching me." Clint shakes his head. "I was letting you teach yourself. That is the only kind of teaching that matters." The actor extends his hand. "Thank you." Clint shakes it. "Get some rest. Tomorrow is a long day." And the actor walks away. He is different now, not because Clint yelled at him, not because Clint humiliated him, but because Clint gave him something more powerful. Silence, space, the opportunity to confront his own fear and come out the other side. The crew remembers this day. They talk about it later, about how Clint did not lose his temper, did not make a scene, did not turn a young actor's insecurity into a public humiliation. He just waited, watched. And when the moment was right, he spoke. Calm, direct, honest. And in doing so, he taught everyone watching something about leadership, about patience, about the difference between control and cruelty. Mystic River wrapped 6 weeks later. The film was released in October 2003. Critics called it a masterpiece. It was nominated for 6 Academy Awards and won 2. Sean Penn won Best Actor. Tim Robbins won Best Supporting Actor. The young actor who struggled with that car scene did not win an award, did not get nominated. But his performance was noted, praised for its honesty, for its raw emotion. For the moment he breaks down in the car, and you see a man shatter. Years later, that actor is interviewed for a documentary about Clint Eastwood. The interviewer asks about his experience working with Clint. The actor smiles. He tells the story of the 9 takes, about his fear, about his need to keep going, and about the moment Clint walked over to the car and asked him what he was looking for. I realize now that I was not looking for a better performance. I was looking for permission to be good enough. And Clint gave me that, not by telling me I was great, but by trusting me to figure it out myself. The interviewer asks what he learned from Clint. The actor thinks for a long moment. I learned that silence is more powerful than shouting, that patience is more effective than pressure, that the best directors do not control actors. They create the conditions for actors to do their best work, and then they get out of the way. Clint never raised his voice on that set, never lost his temper, never made anyone feel small. But everyone knew who was in charge. Everyone understood that his authority did not come from fear. It came from respect, from competence, from the quiet confidence of someone who has done this 1,000 times and knows exactly what he is doing. Another actor from the film, someone who had worked with many directors, said something similar. Clint does not direct with words. He directs with presence. You feel him watching. You feel his expectation. And you want to meet it. Not because you are afraid of disappointing him, but because you respect him too much to give him anything less than your best. That is a very different kind of pressure. It is not external, it is internal, and it is much more effective. On set, Clint operates differently than most directors. He does not do a lot of rehearsal. He does not give actors line readings. He does not micromanage performances. He casts well, he trusts his actors. And he creates an environment where people feel safe to take risks. But he also expects professionalism. He expects preparation. He expects efficiency. And when someone is struggling, he does not coddle them. He gives them space to work through it. And if they cannot, he helps. But he does it privately, with respect, with dignity. The 9-take incident became a teaching moment, not just for that actor, but for everyone who witnessed it. The crew talked about it. Other actors heard the story. And it reinforced something people already knew about Clint Eastwood. He does not need to yell to be heard. He does not need to dominate to lead. He just needs to be present, to be clear, to be consistent, and that is enough. There is a misconception about quiet people, that their silence means they are weak, that they lack authority, that they cannot command a room. But anyone who has worked with Clint Eastwood knows this is false. His silence is his strength. It makes people listen more carefully. It makes his words carry more weight. When Clint speaks, you pay attention, not because he demands it, but because he has earned it. In Hollywood, where ego and volume are often confused with leadership, Clint Eastwood is an anomaly. He does not throw tantrums. He does not make demands. He does not need to remind people that he is in charge. Everyone already knows. And they follow him not because they have to, but because they want to. Because working with Clint means being treated like a professional, being trusted, being given the space to do your best work, and being held to a high standard without being demeaned. The young actor from Mystic River went on to have a successful career. He worked with other directors, some who yelled, some who were passive, some who were brilliant, some who were terrible. But he never forgot that day on stage 15, never forgot the feeling of Clint walking over to the car, never forgot the question, "What are you looking for?" Because it was not just a question about the scene, it was a question about life, about ambition, about fear, about the need to prove yourself versus the ability to trust yourself. And the answer Clint gave him, without saying it directly, was this: stop looking. Stop searching for some external validation that will make you feel like you are enough. You already are enough. You already have everything you need. The work is already inside you. You just have to trust it, trust yourself, and let it happen. That is what Clint Eastwood teaches, not through lectures or workshops or long discussions about craft, but through example, through the way he works, through the way he treats people, through the way he leads without needing to announce it. He shows you what it looks like to be confident without being arrogant, to be authoritative without being authoritarian, to expect excellence without creating fear. On that September day in 2003, when the young actor asked for the 9th take, Clint could have done many things. He could have yelled, he could have fired him, he could have humiliated him in front of the crew. But he did not. He did something worse. He made the actor confront himself, made him face his own fear and insecurity, made him realize that he was his own obstacle. And that is far more uncomfortable than being yelled at, because when someone yells at you, you can blame them. You can say they are unreasonable. You can tell yourself they do not understand. But when someone gives you silence, when they give you space, when they give you rope, and you hang yourself with it, there is no one to blame but yourself. That is why Clint Eastwood does not yell, not because he is soft, not because he is passive, but because he understands that real change comes from within, that real growth happens when people are forced to confront their own limitations. And that the most powerful thing a leader can do is create the conditions for that confrontation and then step back and let it happen. The crew from Mystic River still talks about Clint, about how he runs a set, about how he treats people, about how he makes films efficiently without sacrificing quality. And they all say the same thing: working with Clint ruins you for other directors. Because once you have experienced what it is like to work in an environment built on trust and respect and professionalism, it is hard to go back to chaos. It is hard to tolerate directors who yell, who waste time, who treat actors like puppets and crew like servants. Clint Eastwood has directed over 40 films. He has won 4 Academy Awards. He has made some of the most iconic films in American cinema. But his legacy is not just the work. It is the way he works, the example he sets, the standard he maintains, the quiet dignity he brings to an industry that often lacks both. And it all comes back to that moment, that 60-second conversation by the car. When a young actor asked for the 9th take and Clint said nothing, just looked at him, and in that look, in that silence, communicated everything that needed to be said. You are good enough. Trust yourself. Stop wasting time. Do the work. And move on. That is leadership. Not the loud kind. Not the aggressive kind. The kind that does not announce itself. That does not demand attention. That just exists. Steady, consistent, unshakable. The kind that makes people want to be better. Not because they are afraid, but because they respect the person leading them too much to give anything less than their best. Years later, Clint was asked about his directing philosophy, about how he gets performances from actors, about his process. He thought for a moment. Then he said something that sums up everything. I hire good people. I trust them to do their job, and I get out of their way. That is it. No secret, no magic formula. Just respect, just trust, just the understanding that people do their best work when they are not being micromanaged or second-guessed or made to feel inadequate. And when someone is struggling, when someone is asking for the 9th take because they are scared they are not good enough, then you do what Clint did. You do not yell. You do not humiliate. You do not make it about you. You make it about them. You help them see what they cannot see. You give them permission to trust themselves, and then you let them figure it out. Because that is the only way they will learn. That is the only way they will grow. On Stage 15 at Warner Brothers in September 2003, a young actor learned something he will carry for the rest of his life. That silence is not empty. That patience is not passive. That the most powerful thing someone can do is not to tell you what to do, but to create the space for you to discover it yourself. And that sometimes the worst thing someone can do is not yell at you. It is to look at you with quiet disappointment and ask a simple question. What are you looking for? Because that question forces you to confront yourself, and that is far more terrifying than any amount of shouting could ever be. That is Clint Eastwood, 73 years old, standing by a car, watching a young actor struggle, not intervening, not controlling, just waiting. And when the moment is right, speaking, calm, direct, honest, and changing someone's life without raising his voice. Because he understands something most people never learn. That power is not loud, authority is not aggressive. And leadership is not about making people fear you. It is about making them respect you enough to fear disappointing you. And that is something you cannot demand. You can only earn it. One take at a time. One conversation at a time. One quiet moment of truth at a time.